What's up, Sneaky Nation? Sneaky P here, back with all the news after week 17 in year number 3. I know this video has taken a while to come out. I apologize, I've had a lot of different stuff going on, but we are here now and getting ready to move on to the playoffs. But first, let's check out some highlights. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers looking to strike first here. Plenty of time to throw. That is Ty Montgomery coming back for the ball, taking it down to about the 34-yard line. Then on second down and 11, Richard Rodgers on the left side. He is taken down by a plethora of 49ers on the one. That would lead to a Green Bay Packers field goal. No, it is a fake. Dan Carpenter looking to throw a risky one, and Jimmy Ward will take it to the house. Nobody will catch him, and the Packers in week 17 trying to make the playoffs, going for a big time play, but it backfired here. Jimmy Ward with the touchdown, the 49ers on top 7-0 early on in this one. The Packers looking to make up for their last mistake. Ty Montgomery another catch here, and then on fourth down and 10 they do indeed kick the field goal this time. We have a 7-3 ball game with the 49ers out on top. The Packers would get the ball back though. Eddie Lacy on the right side with a run for a first down. Then Rodgers going to find Eddie Lacy out of the backfield, moving down the field, stepping out of bounds at the 13-yard line. And then on third down and 4, Aaron Rodgers into the end zone. Randall Cobb touchdown, and the Packers would have a 10-7 lead over the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers looking to respond, and that is intercepted by Clinton Dix. That was actually Selleck on the play, really running the wrong route, which led to the interception there. And the Packers would look to capitalize on third down and goal, though. It is Chantrell Wilkerson coming down with it in the end zone. His 5th interception of the season. And it is tough to throw over his head with that 6'4" height and good jumping ability. Second down and 9. And Shaquan Fryer would take it to the house 2 plays later. The 49ers would go on top 14-10 on the Green Bay Packers. But the Packers are not done yet. They still have some time to work with, and Aaron Rodgers is going to try to make something happen here, finding Richard Rodgers over the middle. And then on first down and 10, it's Eddie Lacy breaking free from the 49ers defense, finally dragged down at about the 20-yard line there. After breaking some tackles, Dan Carpenter would kick another field goal, and we have a tie ball game. But the first half is not over yet. 49ers trying to make something happen. Instead, it is going to be Randall making the play for the Packers defense, giving them another opportunity to get some more points on the board before halftime there. Austin Schobel, not a great day from him. Randall Cobb with the reception. That would get the Packers into field goal range, and they would take the lead at halftime, 16-13, after a pair of mistakes from the 49ers. They are trying to make something happen in the second half though, and it is Shaquan Fryer with the big play on third down and goal. They pitch it to Kirkland Marion into the end zone. That is a touchdown for the 49ers, who would go back on top. Austin Schobel making it happen there. But from that point on, all Green Bay Packers down the right side. Wide open is Richard Rodgers. And then on 4th and 1, the Packers kicking another field goal. We have a 20-19 ball game about midway through the third quarter here. 49ers, though, going to start making some mistakes. Ortega with the interception. That is the 3rd of the day for Austin Schobel. The first 2, I don't really blame on him. That was a terrible read, though. And then on the right side, Ty Montgomery with the reception on second down and 12. Rodgers going to find Davis this time, breaking some tackles and spinning away from some others. That is going to lead to another Packer field goal. They will take the lead 22-20 over the 49ers. 49ers trying to get back into this one. And Kirkland Marion doing what the Niners needed, breathing some life into this offense down the right side of the field. That would come back a little bit at the end, but not a whole lot. 4th and 7, the 49ers would kick a field goal. Joel Edison right through the uprights, giving them the lead 23-22. But Aaron Rodgers in the fourth quarter is deadly. This is Jordy Nelson on the right side. And then another field goal by Dan Carpenter, giving the Packers the lead 25-23. Under 4 minutes to go. This game is not over yet. But Austin Schobel, another poor read, and Rambo would take it to the house. That is a touchdown for the Green Bay Packers. The 49ers would not get close after that. Trying for a big play under 2 minutes to go down the right side and make that interception number 5 for Austin Schobel. I will say 3 of those not really his fault. The first 2 not so much. That last one not so much. But he did have some poor reads throughout the game. The 49ers would get the loss and fall to 12-4. The Packers move up to 9-7. The Giants with a 31-21 victory over the Jags. Both teams end the year 10-6. And both teams, a great improvement from last season. The Giants went 5-11, so a 5-win improvement. The Jags went 5-10-1, so a 5-win improvement for them as well. Both teams definitely trending upwards here, and teams we're going to have to keep an eye on as we move forward with this series. Thompson with 10 tackles, sacks. We're going to have 4 players here with 1, 2 players splitting a sack, 1 interception by George Capel out of Colorado, and then fumbles, you are going to have Will Compton forcing and recovering one. 16-7, the Chargers with a victory over the Bengals. The Chargers moved to 6-10 on the year. The Bengals fall to 8-8. Not the kind of loss they needed to have if they were hoping to get a wild card spot. The Chargers went 8-7-1 last year. The Bengals went 8-8 last year. So Bengals stay the same. The Chargers, though, kind of fallen off, and we've seen this for multiple seasons now. They need to find a way to turn things around quickly, or they could be in some trouble here. We'll see what they do in the draft. 28-15, the Patriots with a victory over the Colts. The Patriots improved to 9-7 on the year. James Vallejo, another good game. The Colts fall to 7-9. The Colts really were looking good up until, once again, Andrew Luck went down with injury. The Colts were 2-14 last year, so they improved by 5 wins. The Patriots went 11-5 last year, so they actually decreased, or added 2 more losses, I should say there. Decreased by 2 wins. Interceptions, Chung and Vontae Davis making the plays there. And then fumbles forced and recovered. Anderson and Reed would each recover one. 28-17, the Seahawks with a victory over the Vikings. And that's a big win for the Seahawks, trying to get a wild card spot. They are now 10-6 on the year, an improvement of 3 wins over last year. The Vikings are at 9-7. They actually improved by 5 wins after going 4-12 last season. But I don't know if they're going to make the wild card or not. That's something to keep an eye on. The Seahawks should make it with that win, though. And, we do not want to see them in the playoffs. They're a division rival, and we know how good they are with plenty of playmakers on defense. Definitely a team to keep an eye on. 21-14, the Eagles with a victory over the Redskins. The Eagles improved to 8-8 on the season. The Redskins fall to 6-8-2. Eagles went 7-9 last year, so improving by 1 win. The Redskins went 7-9, so they actually decreased 1 win, decreased 1 loss, and added 2 ties to their season here. Not really sure what's going on with them. They seem to be very inconsistent, as does every team in this NFC East. Every year, they've just kind of been all over the place a little bit. They look really good at times and really bad at times. Fumbles forced and fumbles recovered. 2 fumbles recovered. Kerrigan and McLeod there. 24-17, the Panthers with a victory over the Steelers. Both teams 8-8 on the year. Panthers went 9-6-1 last year. The Steelers went 12-4, so a big step back for them. But obviously, Roethlisberger was injured for part of the season for them. They did have a rookie, Philip Rollins, playing fairly well for them in limited time, but it's still something to keep an eye on there. Because Roethlisberger is getting up there in age. You just don't know how healthy he's going to be going into the playoffs. If they even make the playoffs with that 8-8 record, it's really up in the air. We'll have to see how everybody else does. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. 31-21, the Saints with a victory over the Bucks. The Saints now 7-8-1. The Bucks finished 6-10 on the season. The Saints went 10-5-1 last season, so they actually decreased by 3 wins. The Bucks decreased by 1 win after going 7-9 last year. Not where they want to be. They're a younger team. They kind of expected to improve, and it just did not seem to happen for them. Barrington would lead the way with 14 tackles here. Sacks, you're going to have 1 by Jordan, 1 by Rankins. Interceptions, 1 by Williams, 1 by Jarius Byrd, and then fumbles forced and fumbles recovered. 2 fumbles forced, both of which would be recovered there. 24-17, the Lions with a victory over the Jets. The Lions go 10-6, and the Jets join the Lions in becoming the 2nd team in NFL history to go 0-16 in a season. They went 5-11 last year. They did not get those 5 wins this year, and they are just going backwards right now. The Lions went 9-7 last year, so they actually improved by 1 win. But the Jets, 0-16, and it's fitting that the other team with an 0-16 record, the Lions, are the team to send them to that 16th loss there. But interesting to see. 31-24, the Raiders with a victory over the Ravens. The Raiders now 6-10 after going 8-7-1 last year. The Ravens at 2-14 after going 5-10-1. And a lot of years, that would be good enough for the number 1 overall pick. But this year, it's not going to happen with the Jets going 0-16 there. Joseph leading the way with 10 tackles. Judon with 3 sacks, interceptions, none on the day. Fumbles forced and fumbles recovered. Nothing going on there. 24-10, the Titans with a victory over the Chiefs. The Titans now 9-7 on the season. The Chiefs at 11-5. The Titans went 7-9 last year, so an improvement of 2 wins. The Chiefs, after going 9-7, they also improved by 2 wins last season. From last season, I should say. But the Chiefs are really looking like a good team right now. And one of the teams to keep an eye on in the AFC, there's a lot of teams in the AFC looking very good. The NFC, not as much. In fact, in the entire NFC, I'm pretty sure the only teams with more than 10 wins are the 49ers and Seahawks, coming from the same division there. 24-0, the Falcons with a victory over the Browns. The Falcons at 7-9 after going 9-7 last year. The Browns at 6-10 after going 4-11-1 last season. So the Browns are improving a little bit. They did look very good in that first year, have taken a step back last year, and then looking a little better this year, but they still have a ways to go to make the playoffs. Kirksey, though, with 15 tackles in this one. Colbert with the sack. Interceptions, none on the day. Fumbles forced and fumbles recovered. Nothing going on there either. 34-10, the Cardinals with a victory over the Bears. The Cardinals end the season 8-8 after going 11-5 last year. The Bears also ending the season 8-8 after going 10-6 last season. So there's 2 of the teams with more than 10 wins last year that didn't get there this year. The Cardinals obviously in a tough division with the 49ers and the Seahawks both looking very good this season. In fact, I wonder if they didn't play those teams 4 games, if they might have made the playoffs. Let's see. Fumbles forced and fumbles recovered. We are going to have 1 by Jones and 1 by Campbell, both recovered there. 2 other fumbles forced that would not be recovered. 37-16, the Bills with a victory over the Dolphins. The Bills now 10-6 on the year after going 10-6 last year. The Dolphins 12-4 after going 7-9. They did add Drew Brees in the offseason. That has really worked for them this season. Not so much in this one, though. Drew Brees throwing 4 interceptions in this game. Defensively, leading the way with sacks is a few players, including DeMarco Pema, a former Heisman Trophy winner there. Guy worth keeping an eye on. There's DJ Starling as well, a rookie out of Virginia Tech, getting an interception. Fumbles forced. Nothing going on there. 23-21, the Cowboys with a victory over the Texans. The Cowboys in the season 7-8-1 after going 9-7 last year. The Texans ending 7-9 after going 10-6 last year. Both teams trending backwards a little bit. Receiving the ball, Williams leading the way, and then with catches anyway. Ono Gayton, another solid game from him though. J.J. Wilcox leading the way in tackles. J.J. Watt getting a sack in this one. Interceptions, 2 by Byron Jones, and then Jamon Stovall going to get an interception as well. Fumbles forced and fumbles recovered. Merciless forcing 2, recovering 1. 38-21, the Broncos with a victory over the Rams. The Broncos officially end the season with the best record in the NFL after going 13-3. They did go 10-6 last year. This is definitely a team doing very, very well. The Rams going 5-11 after ending the season last year at 9-7, going backwards by 4 games. That could be attributed to the growth of both the Seahawks and the 49ers really turning their season around, but ultimately they just did not get it done this season, and it's not going to work out for them. But the Broncos at 13-3 with the best record. Russell Wilson, 28-36, 302 yards, 3 passing touchdowns. William Hayes, 9 tackles, 4 sacks. Brandon Marshall, 7 tackles, 2 interceptions. And Derek Carr, 24-31, 331 yards, 2 passing touchdowns for him. That is going to be it for this episode, guys. Tune in for the next episode. We are going through all of the stats throughout the regular season, all of the awards as well. We'll also be taking a peek at the wild card round of the playoffs. So tune in for that, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Later.